Look how cute and tiny he is! Today we're doing deck profile on Tachikaze, which is an Excel clan. So it's just, you get extra rearguard circles when you ride a grade 3. So for grade 0 we have Dragon Egg. On ride, draw a card. Pretty standard for all standard decks. Next we have 4 Archbird, which is the PG for the deck. It's the only draws that I'm running in the deck, purely because Tachikaze has enough draw through the equip gauge mechanic in order to get all the pieces that they need. Next I play 4 crits, 4 Savage Aggressor. Normally people run 8 crits, but I'm going Rainbow in this build, purely because I feel like front triggers are still needed for power on some of the rear guards that I'm using. So the 4 front triggers, I have 4 Pack Dragon Tiny Rex. He's so tiny, he's so cute, how can you not run him? And then for my heals, I have 4 Savage Sorceress. Okay, so I play 4 Sonic Noah. His skill is when he boosts another rearguard, he can add an equip gauge to them. And when he boosts and the attack hits, he can retire another rearguard to draw a card. It does have to be a Vanguard though, so it has to hit a Vanguard. So next I play 4 Vicious Dragon Lacerator X. So his skill is on place, add an equip gauge to him. And then when he's retired from rearguard, you can Soul Blast 1, add up to 1 equip gauge back from his gauge to the hand. Next I play 4 Winged Dragon Skype Terror. I don't use this skill that often, which is just Counterblast 1 when he's retired, add him back to the hand. But he is a nice option if you have him on board, just to maintain your advantage. Play the vanilla grade 1 just because it's helpful against force decks if you're going first. It doesn't make much difference against a protect deck, purely because the moment they get to grade 2, that's when they'll start calling out more grade 2s just to get the draw engine going. So it delays just for a turn, pretty much. So next I play 4 Assault Dragon Blytops. It's kind of like your Lacerator X, which when he's retired you can Soul Blast, oh no, this one's Counter Blast 1, add up to 2 cards from your gauge back to your hand. He's nice to have, but you've got to fuel his gauge. Mainly you'll be doing that through Giga X and possibly Savage Raider, which I run 4 of. So on place, just add an equip gauge to any unit, and when he attacks when he attacks a Vanguard, you can move any number of equip gauges from one unit to another, which is really handy when you're setting up for Death Rex. And finally, I run 4 Ravenous Dragon Mega X. So his skill is when he attacks, you can retire a rearguard. If you do, draw a card. And then, if he's on rearguard, you can Counterblast 1, add an equip gauge to him, then he gains 5k for each equip gauge under him. So it's generally nice to fill him up with Giga X and Savage Raider, get the power onto him, get the draw from retiring another rearguard, and then you set up for a Death Rex. We have 4 Ravenous Dragon Giga Rex. So he's your main target for riding. His skill is that when he attacks, you can put 1 equip gauge on any number of your units. So let's say you had 5, you can choose to just put it on 3. And then afterwards, he gains 5k for each of your rear guards. So he'd gain 25k power, and you'd only have to put 3 equip gauges down. His second skill is an Act, which is to take 5 equip gauge from your field and put them in the drop zone. You then deal your opponent 1 damage. and you give 3 units 5k. It's nice, but you don't use it that often. Generally, you retire with your rear guards too much in order to keep 5 equip gauge on board, especially when you don't have that many back row rear guards. All of your front row rear guards will be targeted by your opponent just because you've got equip gauges on them. And then finally, run 4 Tyrant Deathrex, which he's just your heavy hitter of the deck. His skill is to Soul Blast 1, retire one of your rear guards. He gains plus 10k for each equip gauge on that unit, and you also get to retire one of your opponent's front row rear guards. It's really nice to fill up a Mega X and then use Deathrex to just sack him off and get plus 30 to plus 40. I find myself calling these 2 Excel circles more than just the regular rear guard, because the regular rear guard I would normally fill with Blight Ops or Savage Raider just so that I have a boost for them, which will generally be Sonic Noah, so that I can start moving equip gauges about my board, fill up Blight Ops so I can add cards back to my hand, fill up Savage Raider so then I can move them across to a Mega X and then retire Mega X with Deathrex. There's plenty of things you can do with this deck, but it is very good for getting hand advantage compared to other XL clans. However, you do deck out a lot faster, especially if you're using Giga X's ability to the max, because I can have up to 7 rear guards in a regular game and just fill out all equip gauges, take away a fifth of my deck in a turn. It's just how hard you want to push your opponent. And that's it. Thanks for watching.